Friends and family, what's up? This is Justin Haushin with Epicenter Wellness. Today I want to share with you some self-care exercises featuring rotatives at the elbow joint, which help keep chi and blood flowing in the channels of the arm. That's Chinese medicine talk. In conventional concepts, we're talking about lightly energizing the muscles, the fascia, tendons, and ligaments in and around the elbow, but also in the forearm and in the upper arm. All right, so we'll get right to it. Follow along with me. We'll start here. Simple rotative exercises. We spend a lot of time at repetitive tasks or without much movement variability. You know, if you're typing a lot, mousing a lot. By the way, just switch directions here. Yeah, insidiously, we can develop these tension holding patterns that predispose us to soft tissue inflammatory processes, pain, dysfunction. Okay? So, as best we can, we want to get into that mindset of preventing rather than treating a manifest illness. But to take it to the exercise, so the most obvious thing that's happening here is that we're opening and closing at the elbow joint, right? So that's extension and flexion. Yeah. But what we're also doing here is internally sorry, internally rotating the upper limb, externally rotating. Okay. So from the starting position, when we come down like so, there's a natural internal rotation, and we want to be mindful of that. And then when we come up like so, there's an external rotation. And then when we do the outward circle, external rotation, internal rotation. So that's happening together with the opening and the closing at the elbow joint. So when we do this exercise, you want to feel that all the muscles and tendons here are participating. They're lightly energized, okay? Activated. That gives a different bit of a feel to it. Now you'll notice I'm moving on the slower side. You can do this exercise fast or slow, but in general, that slower practice allows us to more mindfully connect with what we're doing. And in a fast-paced world that we live in, pardon me, taking the time to slow it down in body helps to slow down the mind as well. Okay, so you want to add some variation to this exercise. You can alternate opening and closing, meaning that when one elbow is open or extended, the other is flexed. Okay? So when you practice, that looks like this. Now, as I do this, I got my spine, I got my shoulders, I got my trunk into it. You can do the same. You can vary the position of your arms in space. This will, activate on a micro level different kinds of pathways. You can open your hands and make this into kind of like a graceful self-expression. Spirited movement. You don't have to be full on 100%. You know, there's a time and place for that, but in general, light activation, moderate activation, that'll give you some benefit there. Now, if you're at the job, you have a little downtime interval. Instead of going on your phone, um, well, I realize that you probably watch this on your phone, so it's a little bit funny for me to say, but you know what I mean. Instead of just scrolling through social media, checking emails, take a few seconds, show yourself some love. So maybe this kind of self-expression isn't appropriate for your workplace. In that case, then, just taking the time to internally rotate, activate, create some dynamic tension, like they say in certain martial arts circles. Externally rotate. Feel that the arm muscles, forearm muscles, wrist, hand, all energized. Here you could ramp up your intensity a little bit. If you're only going to do like 1 or 2 repetitions. So when you internally rotate, you can hold that end point for 2, 3 seconds. Warm, energize. You feel that. Externally rotate. Hold that end point. Warming, activating, energizing. Okay, well, you can add this to the shoulder rotative exercise that I published a few weeks ago. You can check the channel for that. If you know anybody who might benefit from this exercise, anybody you know who does repetitive tasks at the job, who sits at a computer desk for several hours a day and probably doesn't get too much movement, yeah, feel free to share it with them. And a like, subscribe, and constructive comments are all appreciated. I'll see you down the road. Take care.